like, yeah, I know, that left me, that left me. Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Marie. Thank you so much for your love and support. I love you so much, and thank you so much for your kind comment. At times I have to, like, comments like this like really give me my feels because of, I still deal with that today where I feel like extremely fake, where like times I'll be like, I am ugly. So watch what you say to young kids, please, and don't be hateful, because that will carry on until adulthood, until probably when I'm older. But I just want to thank you guys so much for helping me heal, and you guys seriously mean so freaking much to me. I'm in such a good mood today. I feel so good. I've been actually going to sleep at a good time, you guys, and getting up and busting my butt, getting back to the gym. It feels so freaking amazing, and like little changes like that really are like a mood booster because I feel good. I don't feel like sluggish. So oof, boom, keep bing chicka bing chicka bing. I feel so freaking happy. And if you're having a bad day, let me take those bad vibes right now. Take them away, throw them, and let me give you some good ones, okay? Boom, 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 boom. So let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cleaning, cooking, driving, just chilling, let me know what you guys are doing down below. I would love to know. And if you are eating, what are you eating? I need ideas. Let me know down below. So today's video is a continuing of my Nanny series that I have going on. It goes in order, you guys. I have a playlist down below if you're kind of curious. I would highly recommend watching them in order so you guys are not confused, because I do see some of you guys' comments and you guys are like, who's this? Who's this? Just kidding. But no, for real, like, it will make so much more sense and you won't feel like you got to put the pieces together, because I know some of us like to watch things out of order, but it'll be so confusing. Please, I would highly recommend to go and watch my previous video. I will link it down below, or I'll leave a card here, and it will take you right there, and we can cheese me add catch up, and you guys will be to right here. You'll be like, ah, makes sense. And so now we can, like, you know, we'll just get it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for tagging me in Baltimore poses. Oh, I have a field day. Just like, oh, I laugh so freaking hard, where it's just so hilarious because I really, in my mind, I'm like, I really changed Baltimore's face to be Baltimore's face. You know what I mean? If that even makes sense. Get into the veggies, man. I do want to play with Too Faced this story time. I have been uploading makeup tutorials as well for those who want to see more. Too Faced was so sweet and sent me their new collection. It says, Too Faced, you can never be too feminine. Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Oh my god. So I'm gonna bounce around from using the Too Faced collection, and I'm gonna bounce with like other products as well. Everything that I will be using will be listed down below. I'm just gonna tell you real quick right now. I forgot how much I love the Maybelline pomade. I really like the shade of my eyebrow color today, where I'm like, oh yes, bitch, yes. I like it. I'm like, I'm just happy, you guys. I'm really in a good mood. So I really hope I stay in this good mood because I feel good today. And I love when I feel like on this, where I'm like, I feel really good, because I want to stay there. I don't want to go like this. I want right there. Let's begin. I hope you guys feel good. I'm just like, here. I want everyone to feel good because I feel great. Might get a little bitchy here in the story time, but ahora I feel good. All right, so we left off where Tiffany is boom on banging on the door, and she wants to talk to Tommy because Tommy ditched her. Okay, so I'm like, nope. She don't want to come to the door, and she's like in our faces, me and Skillet's faces, tell that bitch to come to the door right now before I come up in here and beat her ass. And there was times where me and Skillet, it's terrible, we would play on each other's energy. So we would just give each other that look and be like, all right, bet. So we looked at each other and I looked back at Tiffany. I was like, you're not about to do anything. You're not gonna do anything. She don't want to talk to you. And I'm trying to close the door because I'm like, I don't want to deal with her. And I hear from the back of my head, Tommy go into the restroom. And my gut, you guys, I wanted to let Tiffany get her so freaking bad, especially how I had a full-on meltdown. A few of you guys commented like, Alexis, that was a PTSD moment, and that's why I went through those feelings and stuff. Totally makes sense. A lot of the times I don't do a lot of like, aha, when I'm reading through my diary and stuff. Like sometimes I get triggered here and there, and then sometimes I just go along and I just read it. And that's why I love posting and sharing my story with you guys, because you guys help me and you guys are like, Lex, this is what it was. And sometimes I just need that, because sometimes we are so blind and we honestly think things are okay. Like a lot of the times when I talk to my husband and I'll be telling him a story about the past, and I'll be like, yeah, wasn't that crazy? And he'll literally be like, babe, that was not okay. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, and we're not going to do that with our kids. And it really trips me out, because we tolerated a lot in our past when we were younger and more naive. We carry that into adulthood and we're like, no, like that's fine, like that's okay. And it doesn't click into other people, or sometimes we just grow ourselves and we see like, hey, that's not okay, for it to just click in gear and you're like, oh, what? Or sometimes when we hear ourselves speak, like sometimes when I record and I edit, I just pause sometimes and I'm like, and I just full on freaking bawl, because I'm like, do you hear yourself, Lex? Do you hear yourself? Because it really trips me out. It's a lot of feelings and emotions that I go through sitting down, reading the diary, sitting down, recording, sitting down, editing. It's a lot of emotions. And then sitting down, reading your guys' comments. It's a lot of emotions. And there's sometimes you get to process things and sometimes it doesn't process until like a little bit later, you know? At the time, the gut, I was like, I cried to her and she didn't want to come home. And so, ooh, I wanted to so bad. Just open the door and let it just go whew, and get her. But we were holding the door and she smelled like beer. She smelled musty, dusty, and crusty. She just smelled like, oh, like she'd been through it. As we're holding the door, my freaking butt is vibrating because a phone calls come in. And so it's vibrating and I'm like, I don't know why. I want to reach for it. I'm still like that. Like something can be going on where it's like I have a hot pan and my phone is going off and I'm like, like I feel like I have to get it like right there and then, or like something's gonna happen. I hate it. I don't know why. I'm working on it. And young Lex was the same freaking way. So it's vibrating. I'm like pushing. Tiffany has her foot right there so that we don't close the door. Skillet starts kicking it and starts to mush her face out because this freaking demon is like trying to pry her way in, and we're like just screaming at her. We hear two familiar voices on the other side of the door where Tiffany's at, and it is Hennessy and it is Scott. He's like, yo, what's going on? Why did we go, huh? And then as we went, huh, Tiffany's tries to come in more, like takes the opportunity, and we just slam. As we slam, her foot goes back and her fingers get caught and they literally just vibrated out. And then we slam the door and lock it. And then Tommy's freaking ass comes out from the restroom and is like, are they gone? So the door is locked. We put the chain, we have the top thing, and then we have the bottom thing. So there's 3 locks on it. We're just looking at Tommy like, what's going on? And Tommy is just like, oh, is she gone? A little bit like feeling embarrassed, but she really wants to know like, is she in here? So that she can walk all the way out of her house. So I kind of laugh and I'm like, yeah, she's still out there. And we can just hear like every pound that Tiffany is doing, our bodies are just like that. Cause we're like, oh, like even though we know she's there and even though we know she's gonna keep pounding, we cannot stop from just, because it's just, she's doing it with force. And you can hear Hennessy where he's like, yo, just open up. Like, let's just talk. It was just like, So I yell, get away from that door, we're gonna call the cops, because I was getting scared where I'm like, what's going on? Like sometimes when people are so angry, they don't see anything besides red and they want you and that's it. After we do the couple of threats and I'm like pretending like, yeah, hello, we're at address, blah, 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 blah. The banging instantly stops. And so I'm like, oh my God. We look at Tommy and she looks like she's scared. Little me, it's kind of liking that because I'm like, no que no pendejan. That's how I felt last night. But you didn't save me. I saved you, right? So I'm looking at her and I'm like, so what happened? She's like fixing her stuff. She's like, I don't know, I can explain my stuff to you. This is my fucking house. And I said, oh, okay. And so I'm acting like I'm gonna open the door, and then Tommy screams my name, and I kind of just laughed. It wasn't cool because she obviously was scared, but I hated how she always wanted to act like she was such a freaking badass, and she was such a big kitty cat. Like, I could not stand it. She screams her name, and I just grab the doorknob and I just walk away and I go sit on the couch. All the commotion made me feel like I wanted to vomit. Like I felt like it was so much going on where like this area right here, my mouth was filling with water. I just was like, ugh. I'm sitting down next to Skillet and I are not even saying anything. It's just like that's crazy. Like what do you think happened? And we're forming our own, like, what do you think she did? Like, you think she ripped her off? You think like this? Or, you know, we're just forming our own little, like, what do you think went down? Tommy goes into the room and she tells us that she doesn't want us leaving this effing house and that we better not start nothing. I wanted to so bad just to pull the carpet from under her foot and be like, I wanted to let Tiffany in just to humble her, but I knew that I couldn't because in a way I feel like I had to protect her because that's my mom's bestie. I didn't want to go out in the calle. And third, I just felt like that was just wrong. Like I knew. And then I just like, oh yeah, my phone. So I'm like pulling my phone out and I have like 2 missed calls. So I'm like, and it says Peaches. Woo! I was like, no wonder why I was spitting. Because like I just knew. So I just look at Skillet and I'm like, oh, look at it. And she's like, I don't want to look at it. That's just a mess. We already got a lot going on. And I'm like, what's this we? But I'm just messing with her because obviously it is we because she's in that with me. But I always like just messing with her. So I'm like, what's this we? And we're like joking around. And she's like asking me like, so like what's gonna happen? I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know if Tommy's gonna even let us leave because like, you know, like she almost got her ass beat. Like we have to like take care of her. We have to watch her. And Skillet's like, it's not our business. Like it's literally not our business. Let's just sneak out. We'll jump to the window or something like. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't want to do all that. So I had the 2 missed calls and I'm just like literally looking at it. And as I'm looking at it, the screen starts to vibrate again and I just drop it. I'm like, like I just get all scared. I'm like, I'm scared. So like all these emotions are coming in. I'm like, I don't know why, you guys. These people literally had me by my freaking girl balls where I'm just like, like I was just so scared all the time and there was no reason to be, but young Lex, she didn't know any better. So the phone's vibrating. We're literally looking at it on the floor as it's just going zzz, zzz, and I'm like, so as I'm going to pick it up, it stops and a message comes in and says, you need to call me now. I look at Skillet and I'm like, I hate how these adults talk to me. And I'm like, they like honestly don't respect me. They think that I'm just going to call them back. And as I'm saying that, I'm dialing and Skillet's cracking up because it's funny, you know? It's just like talking all like all badass and it's like, no, que no. And I was calling. So I was like, didn't even ring. Hello. And so I'm like, yeah, you told me to call you. And she's like, what are you doing? She's Nanya. Nanya. So I tell her that I'm babysitting. I don't know why I said it. It just came out. And she starts to laugh. She's like, oh, okay, so you're really not gonna ever come back. And I was like, I don't know. It's just a complicated situation and it just comes with a lot of drama. And she asks me if I had picked up the check yet. And I'm like, oh no, I had to leave early due to some family situation. Oh, you're always having family situations. And I don't know what to say, so I stay quiet because I'm like, valid. You're not wrong. Okay. So I just stay quiet and she's like, forgive me. It just upsets me that you go through so much. Where I'm just like, shut up, Peach. Shut up. And I'm like, So then she asks me, okay, when are you going to be able to pick it up? And I tell her, like, I don't know. I'm babysitting today, so I don't know when I'll be able to have time. She's like, okay, well, let me know so I can arrange it. And that I can still help out at the house, you know, get my check. And so I asked her, I'm like, are you there? And she's like, do you want us there? No. And she's like, don't worry, we're not back yet. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. I say that because that's how I really feel. Okay, great. Because like, I'm like, I do not want to see you. I do not want to see you. And so she tells me that she is going to message Baltimore to let me know and that I'll be over a little bit later. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be over a little bit. Clicks, it hangs up. And I'm like, annoyed. I'm all the top annoyed. I hate when people do this. I have like these little side stories, but I would hate when the adults in my life would do this. They would do it a lot. My mom would do it, try to make her point. Boom, that's it. There was end of discussion. She didn't want to talk about it. She didn't want to hear what you had to say. It's done. It's done. Do this. Okay, bye. And I couldn't be like, but I could not. I could not even. And you call back. Boom. They just decline. You message. Don't message me. Oh, and it's just like, okay. So I tell Skillet, I'm like, all right, I got to figure out how I'm going to be able to leave so I can get my check. So now I'm like, I need to get my check. So obviously like I need to go today or they're going to make a hassle about it. She's like, yeah. We'll figure it out. Don't even start. And she's telling me don't even start because she knows how I get in these like, oh my God, the world's going to end, right? I don't know, like Chicken Little status where I'm like, It was so funny. I was telling you guys in a previous story time, like I was clicking my feet together, like Alice in the Wonderland. And you guys were like, no, that's Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. I was like, oh. But y'all know what I meant. Y'all knew what I meant. I felt so stupid. I was like, oh. But that's why I mess with y'all, because y'all know what I meant. But some of y'all are like, no, Lex. And I'm like, just let me have it. Just let me have it. Just let me have it. So yeah. Oh, and y'all, I have my nails on. It reminds me of the Euphoria when Maddie was like, oh, when she went the click like that. I was like, I swear, all of us have a Cassie in our life, so be very, very careful. That show is super triggering. Triggered myself the other day watching it, and I picked up my scalp like no other. Oh, it is still very tender today. But yeah, so anyways, let's go back to the story. I'm so sorry. I'm just like trying to talk to y'all. It hasn't been long, but it feels long, you know? So I make my way to Tommy's room because I'm like, I need to talk to her. I need to let her know that I'm leaving and I'm not going to be on lockdown just because she's over here being a freaking little vagina. So I knock on her door and she's like, go away. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be leaving. I'll be back. And as soon as I say that, I can hear her get off the bed. And she opens the door and she's like, no, you're not. You're not going to leave. There's nothing that you need to do where you have to leave. Skillet can leave because I don't give about her, but you can't leave. I get kind of defensive because I hate how like one moment she wants to be like, yeah, they're lesbian lovers. When Hennessy was there, she's trying to be all stupid and then be quick to like, I don't give about her or like talk to her. There's a way of saying things and I really hated, I hate always saying the adults in my life, but like honestly, I would hate how the adults in my life would be like, I don't give about that person, but like, you know, I care about that person. So like, why are you talking like that? Like, it's so weird. Like, there's a way of just being like, okay, well, Skillet can leave, but you have to stay. There's a way of saying it, and it's like, Alexis, you can't be controlling and expect people to say things a certain way. I know, but I can get annoyed. I can be annoyed by it, and it can make me look at you sideways. I give her an ugly ass face. I'm like, she's like, what? What, Alexis? What? And I tell her, I'm like, I don't want to be here. She's like, okay, well, you do what you have to do. When your mom calls, you can tell you don't want to be here, and I'll be happy with that. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sneak out when that door is closed, because it's not like she's over here watching us or anything like that. She just expects me to stay there because I'm supposed to listen to her, right? Okay, yeah, I'm wrong, I know, but I hated how we literally saved her from Tiffany and she wants to act like this. And I'm so mad, you guys. I really wanted to call Tiffany and be like, come get her right now. So I go back into the sala and I feel so upset. Like, I am so freaking mad, where you know how you see like those freaking funny videos where the kids are like that. So I was mad, and I was like, I was trying so hard not to let it get to me. Like, I really wanted to flip the couch over and be like I was so angry because I felt like she was really punking on me, and I was fuming, you guys. I was freaking fuming. So I'm trying to just calm down before I talk to Skillet, because if Skillet were to even ask me like, what happened? I'd be like, shut up, because I'm so pissed and I don't deal with my feelings in a healthy way either. So I'm like that. It wasn't really a big deal, but I really just hated how she was just like in my face and how she was talking to me like if I was just like some bubble gum underneath the seat or something. So I was like, once I calmed down a little bit, I tried to explain the situation to Skillet, and she's like, Lex, walk out the door. What is she gonna do? You really think she can catch up to us? What is she gonna do? And I know, but it's the whole thing of where I don't want to have to do all that. Like, I don't want to have to act out. I just want her to not be such a weirdo, you know? And I could be wrong because I am the child and I didn't have to leave. But I feel like the only reason why she didn't want us to leave is because she was probably scared that once we opened that door, Tiffany was gonna run through. She was having her own anxiety moment and she wanted us to be there, well, me, and not open the door. I'm like literally just pacing back and forth. Like, do I open that door? Do I open that door? Yes or no? Do I open that door? Yes or no? So pacing back and forth, and as I'm pacing, Tommy comes out to get herself a glass of water, and she's like, don't even think about it, Lex. Don't even think about it. And I'm just like, bitch. And she plugged her phone into the kitchen, like, it's like a kitchen, like little island. And I think she could probably see like my brainstorming getting bigger and bigger where I'm like, I'm leaving. So I just look at her and I'm like, I gave the ugliest looks. I still give the ugliest looks. That's why sometimes I feel bad when I get filmed, when I don't even know, because I be looking like straight beetle face. And I don't mean to. I just have that bitch resting face. I could be happy. My face would be like, I don't know why. I hate it. And I really try to train myself, especially when I go to like school events or like I'm out and about. I try really hard. I'm like, I really try, and I get so mad because I'm like, what if I get wrinkles for doing all that? What if I get, So I really try and work on it, but I know that my face game is like hella strong. I know. I just sit on the couch next to Skillet and I just start acting like I'm watching something, but I'm not. I'm just like literally just like going through the freaking remote, just livid. I see Skillet get up, and she goes towards the restroom, so I don't even really think anything of it. She goes to the restroom. As Skillet's in the restroom, I'm like literally contemplating, like, okay, when she gets out, we're just gonna leave. I don't even care if I get in trouble. I don't even care. Like, nope. I don't even care if I get in trouble with my mom. Like, what's she gonna do? She's locked up. She's not gonna be able to do anything. What, yell at me? She's gonna put me in kid jail? I'm not gonna do it. So when Skillet gets out, I turn the TV up a little bit more, and I'm like, Skillet's like, I'm like, yeah, let's go. She's like, right now. I'm like, yeah. And we walk towards the door, and we're literally like unlocking it, lifting it up, going out, close the door very quietly, super quiet. You couldn't hear us at all. We were like, shh. As soon as we're out and we close the door, we close like the, what's called a spring, right? Is that what it's called? Like a spring, like the door, like that keeps like the bugs out. We close that, and that's like the one that makes like the loudest noise. And we just like, we just look at each other and we just run. So we're running. We run all the way until the end of the street. Catch our breath. My throat is burning. I'm like, oh my God, I need water. So I'm like trying to swallow my spit because my throat is literally burning, where it's like, ah. And we just start to laugh. So we get to walking, and I'm like, she shouldn't even be mad. Like, honestly, I'm just trying to get my check. Like, I don't know why she's trying to be a little weirdo. We weren't even thinking about like Tiffany being outside. Okay, we didn't even start thinking about Tiffany until we get like halfway towards like the little bus stop area that we needed to go. And I'm like, did you ever see Tiffany? Like, she wasn't even outside. She was like, She was like, it's all mind game, man. Mind game. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I'm like looking at my phone, and I'm like, damn, she didn't even know that like we had took off yet. And she's like, yeah, she's probably gonna pass out. Like, she was still like hella hungover. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, she probably wouldn't even notice that we were gone. Go get what I gotta go get. get back, and then she'll barely be waking up. I don't know what we thought. I swear, when you have like a bad idea, you always try to make it seem like if it's a good idea, and it was not a good idea. We're walking towards the bus stop, and I noticed that she still hadn't called. I'm like, God, it's like been a minute. So I'm like, okay. So get on the bus, we get off, and I text Baltimore like, hey, I'm gonna be in the area. Is it okay if I come by? I didn't even text her before I decided to like bust the mission and do all this. I was just going on what Mrs. Peaches had said, where she was like, yeah, you can go by later to pick it up, right? I didn't even think like, you know what, you should talk to Baltimore, since Baltimore's the one who's here. Baltimore texts me, I'm not there. Okay, well, is there any way that I can meet you somewhere so I can pick up the check? And she's like, no, you still have hours to, pretty much like hours that I need to complete for her to give me the check. And I'm like, okay, well, is there any way I can just go and get the money and just like give it back to you, like with that amount, so I could just be done? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, do you know what time you're gonna be done so that I can go? She's like, I don't need you today. So I tell her like, okay, well, Mrs. Peach says I can pick it up. She's like, I don't care what Mrs. Peach said. So I'm like pissed. I'm like, we literally did all this for what, Skillet? For what? And Skillet's like, I don't know, man. You said, and I followed. And I'm like, so this is a good example of like, don't just act out on anger, okay? Really think, because there's consequences to your actions, okay? I was so freaking mad. I'm like, okay, well, if you finish doing whatever you need to do, no rush, like please let me know if I can stop by and pick up a couple of things so I can do some hours now and then some hours later. She's like, no. So I'm like, okay, like when you like maybe think about it, like I'm gonna be leaving like the state soon, like making up a lie, because I'm like, I just want to get this money and I just want to be done with it. And she's like, no. So I'm like, I could literally ask her anything, like, do you want to become a millionaire? Like, do you want me to give you money? She's like, no. No. It was like, no, that was it. That was it. She's like, no, I'll let you know when like I can. And I'm like, you know what? I can understand it. I can understand it, because how I just left, and even though she was like being nice about it, that would be annoying. So I'm like, I messed up, Skillet. I'm like, we shouldn't have left. Like there was no reason, like, and then Skillet's dumbass is like, let's make it worth it. And I'm like, all right, let's make it worth it. We decided to go out to the store and do some dumb stuff and just walk around and literally just waste time. Literally, that's what I would do. We would do a lot of window shopping and sneak into movies. It was just no business. Like we had literally no business doing any of it. So that's what we would do. I was literally telling my husband the other day, because we were at Walmart. This Walmart, like if you guys know, this one over there, that one right there. So there's this Walmart in particular that I hate going. Every time my brothers want to go to that one, I hate it. I hate it. It sounds stupid, but I really hate that Walmart, because every time I walk through the Walmart, I just remember little X walking through. I just remember little Lex walking through those stupid aisles. And even though it's the same format with like this Walmart that I like going to, I hate that Walmart. Because I just remember little Lex walking through that Walmart when I was like by myself, when I was pregnant, when I was with that stupid walking through that Walmart. And like that Walmart has so much history. And I really think some of those Walmart employees like were really looking out for little Lex at times, because I did a lot of stupid stuff. And I feel like they were like, they just knew that like I was struggling. Like I remember for like Andrew, I didn't have a lot of money, so like whatever money that I would have, I remember price matching Andrew's toys. And like the lady was so nice. It'd be like a $20 like toy, and she would price match it for like $5. So I really hate that freaking Walmart. Like I really do. Me and my babe were there yesterday, because there is times where I have to go to that freaking Walmart, you know, like we gotta like check the deals. I just don't like that Walmart. It's the smell that it has. It's just all of it. It's so crazy. Anyways, so we go to that Walmart and we're literally just like walking around trying to see like what we can try on. So then we decided like, okay, let's go to the mall now. So we now go to the mall. So the Walmart is like a good ways, like let's just say like on foot, like 10-15 minutes to the mall, maybe even more. Maybe I'm just being like generous with the time. Anyway, so we're like, okay, let's go to the mall. So we go to the mall, and as I'm at the mall, Baltimore, Texas, and she's like, where are you at? And I tell her the city that I'm at, which is like, you know, pretty close to where she's at. And she tells me like, okay, you can come by at this time. I wouldn't have enough time. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't have a car right now. Like I have to catch the bus. The bus gets here like, let's say like at 3. Bus gets here at 3. It's like I gotta wait like 30 minutes until it gets here. Can I be a little bit late? She's like, no. And I'm like, well, can you work with me? Like I'm literally like just my car is my patas. Like I don't know how to figure it out. I'm like, I tell Skillet, I'm like, hey, you want to walk with me? She's like, dude, we're not gonna make it. And I'm like, yeah, but what if I just show up? What if I just show up? And she's like, let me see if I can get a ride. So she's like texting to see if she can get a ride, and I'm like looking at my phone because I'm like, damn, I wonder if she did pass out or what. Like, why is she still not messaging me? So as Skillet's looking for a ride, like messaging, I tell Skillet like, hey, isn't it crazy? Like she still has not she hasn't like called or nothing. And she's like, no, I don't find it crazy at all. I'm like, dude, she was like literally in my face like, you're not gonna leave. And she's not messaging me. Like she's not at least threatening me, like telling me like, I'm so tired of you just doing whatever the hell you want. And Skillet's like, nah. And I noticed like she's not really making eye contact with me. At the time, I wasn't really thinking about anything. I wasn't like thinking anything of it. I was just like, that's weird. Like maybe she did just pass out. Because there'd be times where I would sneak out when I was, you know, with my mom, and my mom literally would be like knocked out, and I'd be like, oh, she's gonna message me any moment. I go back and I go check on her, and she'd be like dead asleep, you know. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm tripping, maybe Skillet's right, like she knocked out. So I'm not trying to think anything of it. Skillet gets kind of agitated with me because I'm like overthinking it, and she's like, dude, like what, God, like you're always just freaking tripping. And I'm like, I'm not even saying anything that much. I'm just saying like that's a little crazy. She's like, no, it's not. She's drunk. Like it's not crazy. Stop overthinking it. I'm like, okay. So she tells me that she's not gonna be able to get a ride. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. So I text Baltimore, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna have enough time to get to you. So she tells me like, okay, well, just come when you can then. I'm like, okay, so it's okay if I'm late. She's like, what did I just say? I'm like, okay, like I'll be there soon. So I just wanted to, again, I was like pissed off how she was talking to me, but I'm like, I just want to get this over with, and that's it. I just want to be done with it. So I tell Skillet, I'm like, all right, let's go. Like, let's just get there. Let's just go. Let's walk, and like hopefully we can catch a bus like down the way. Like, let's just go. Skillet's like, all right. We get some pretzels for the road, and I'm like, let's go. So as we're walking, me and Skillet are just chismeando, just talking, you know, just having fun. And I'm like, dude, like, what do you think she did to Tiffany? She's like, I don't know, but she was pissed. She's like, I wonder why she left her. I'm like, I don't know, I would have left her too. Like, she just seems like she just like reeks drama. Tiffany just seems like it was just like her way, and she didn't want no one like disagreeing with her. Like, she just seemed like one of those girls that were just like really annoying, trying to always like hype up the crowd, like, let's talk smack, let's talk smack. Like, she just seemed like that type. We were just like, I wonder what it is. Like, cause like I've seen her get rowdy with some people, but it's like very selective, like who she decides. Like, it's just, I don't know, like it just like when that match wants to light underneath her ass, you know. They're not rated for everybody. They're rated selective, you know. She ain't about it. So I was like, And I was like really curious. I really wanted to know like what the chisme was. I was like, I wonder. And what I didn't like about Tommy is that she was always quick to be one of those people like, I would have done this, I would have done that, shut up. It was very like, when she would get loud, and it would like always like kind of surprise me with like who she decided to get loud with, where I'm like, we're just chismeando, eating our freaking pretzels, like, you know, like it's nothing. So I get a call, and it is my mom. Well, it wasn't my mom, it was like someone from the jail that was making a call for her, because my mom would do that sometimes where she would get in trouble and have to go to, what is it called, like the box, and she couldn't get a hold of us, like she couldn't call. So she would ask her friends like, hey, can you call my kid? I cannot tell you enough how many times people would come through for my mom. Like, my mom honestly got really, really lucky, because if it was me, I'd be like, I don't give a damn. I'm not gonna call your kid. I'm not gonna call your kid. Because I was a little bitch. I was. Like, when people would call for my mom and be like, can you do this or can you do that? I'd be like, no, no. Why are you calling for her? Especially when I was mad at my mom, I would like be such a bitch. But this time I wasn't. But I'm telling you, y'all, like, I'm not even exaggerating. My mom, because my mom was locked up a lot, she had people who were really cool with her that would literally make the calls, where I'm like, damn, like, how can my mom meet so many people that are so cool like that, and I can't even meet one person that would do me like a solid favor like that. One person. Like, there comes strings attached, you know. I don't know what she did for that phone call, but they seem pretty just like, oh, like, your mom was really cool, whatever. So let's just say this person is just Palette. I'm like, hello, like, would you like to set the call from Palette? And I'm like, hello? And so I thought something happened to my mom. So I'm like, you know, freaking out. I instantly stopped eating my freaking pretzels, and I'm like, hello? She's like, hey, are you so-and-so's daughter? And I'm like, yes. I'm like, is my mom okay? She's like, oh, yeah, she's fine. She's just in trouble, so she's going to be on lockdown for a couple of days. She just wanted me to call in, check in, and make sure that, you know, everything's going good. And my mom was asking if that Tiffany bitch is still f***ing me. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, she's still being a bitch. And I was like, yeah, she's being a bitch. I'm good, but she's still being a bitch. I was kind of laughing because I'm like, my mom, her freaking anger issues, she was probably pissed, thinking about like, I wonder what's going on. And I shouldn't have pushed stress on my mom like that, like being locked up and stuff. But I was so mad and alone. I was so mad at Tiffany too for like being such a freaking little biatch. So she's like, all right, I'll let her know. I was like, well, tell her not to worry, like, everything is good, but yeah, you know, that's what happened. And so I don't give too much information. And she's like, all right, so like, where are you at right now? I was like, okay, tell her I love her, okay, bye. And I hang up. And Skillet's like, who's that? So I'm like telling Skillet who it was, and she's laughing, and she's like, isn't it crazy how even though your mom's locked up and stuff, like, she can like still like have people checking in? And I'm like, yeah, but don't give her too much credit, because come on now. She's like, I don't know, my mom had her good and her bad, you know. But it hurt to give my mom credit sometimes when I was younger, because I was like, it's not enough, it's not enough. And I get she was trying and she had her own like demon she was fighting, but I feel like only when it was convenient did she fight those demons, you know what I'm saying? So we walked, okay? We freaking walked. We even stopped at the gas station, the gas station a couple of times so that we can go pee-pee, because it was such a long walk and it was just a lot. It was just a lot. We weren't even like, we were like more than halfway, but like not all the way there. And I get a text from Baltimore saying that something came up and that we'll have to do another day. So I text her like, are you kidding me? And so I sent her like a picture of like where we're at and stuff like that, so that she could see like, hey, like, we're walking. And then she texts, yes, I'm serious, doesn't feel good, huh? I look at Skillet and I'm like, this bitch, this freaking bitch. And she was right, it doesn't feel good. I get it, because like I left and stuff like that, so she was doing it back. And I was telling Skillet like, damn, like, she is so petty. Like, why is she so petty? Like, I cannot stand it. So as I'm on my phone again, I'm like trying to see if Tommy had messaged me or anything. I bring it up yet again to Skillet, and I'm like, you think she good? Like, you think she overdosed or something like that? Like, maybe we shouldn't have left, because that's kind of, she's like, oh my God, like, I really don't want to hear about Tommy. I don't. Remember, she don't give about me, so why do you care? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I asked her, like, so like, what do you want to do? And she's like, honestly, I don't know. We can go back to my place and we can just chill. I'm like, all right, let's just do that. So we make our merry way to her casa, and we are freaking exhausted, you guys. Like, all that walking was very tiresome. Like, oh my gosh. And I am pissed that I don't get to get my check. So I write Peach and I'm like, hey, I tried to go, but Baltimore said something came up, and she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay. Like, she's not gonna even say like, oh, I'll call her right now. So I'm like, so we just chill on her bed and we end up knocking the F out. Like, we were so tired from the freaking heat from walking, and just, it was just a lot. Like, here, we felt like we had a full day adventures. Like, it was just so much where I was tired, you guys. So we ended up knocking out and we fell asleep for a long ass time. Side note, that color is absolutely gorgeous. That is so pretty. We finally wake up from our nap. I'm like, damn, like we just knocked the F out for real. Like the whole day is gone now. So as we're just kind of like moving around, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get on my phone, you know, just like a natural, like, I'm just gonna get on my phone. So I get on my phone and I see that I have a few missed calls and there's a number that I don't recognize. I don't check my voicemail or anything like that. I just go straight to calling it back because I'm like, who the, and like a thought that comes to my mind is like, oh, my mom's out. Because sometimes that's how it would be. Like my mom would call from a random ass number and I'd be like, oh, hey mom, you know? So I call the number back and when someone picks up the phone, they're like, hello, with attitude. And I'm like, hi, I just had a missed call. I always knew that I could, like, you know, you have a code switch. And from a very young age, I knew how to turn that on real quick. So I'm like, hi, I have a missed call from this phone number. And they're like, who the is this? And I'm like, who's this? Like it changed real quick because I would hate, back in the day, you would get prank called like no other. Like it was just something that people would do and it was stupid. It was dumb. I didn't understand it. So I'm like, who the fuck is this? And they're like, no, I asked you first. You called me. I'm like, well, technically you called me because I got a missed call. You dumb bitch. Who the fuck is this? And then I hear, did you call someone off my phone? And I hear Tommy's voice. And so, you know, Tommy gets on the phone and she's like, Alexis. And I'm like, Tommy? Because I'm like surprised. Like, why are you calling me from this number? Like, what? So as I say Tommy's name, I look over at Skillet and her face is a ghost. A ghost. When I see that her face gets like that, I'm like, oh, she did something. She did something. And I look at her and I'm like I mouth, what's wrong? I can immediately feel her gut bubbles. Like I could just feel them because she looked like she just stepped in poop. She looked like she pooped herself. And I'm like looking at her like, what the heck, you know? I'm like, Tommy, and she's like, where the heck are you? And I'm like, I'm with Skillet. Why? She's like, what the hell do you mean why? Like, why did you disappear? And I'm like, because I told you what I had to do and you didn't care. She's like, you never listened. This is why, this is why. And starts telling me all these things of like, this is why, like my mom, you know, does what she does. I pretty much drove my mom crazy because like she can't keep a handle on me. And I'm like, Tommy, shut the fuck up. She went crazy because she did whatever she wanted to do. She don't want to be responsible for her kids. Don't put that heavy on me. Because I would really hate it when people would try to jab at me and be like, your mom's crazy because she can't control you. No, my mom crazy because of what my stepdad did to me, and supposedly that's why she's doing what she's doing. But okay, go off, since you want to act like you know and you clearly don't. But okay, go off. I would hate that. Like, how are you gonna put something so heavy on a child like that? Like, oh, that's why your mom's crazy. It sounds like if I was doing dumb stuff for like no reason, or like if my mom had us in a house and she would just disappear and we had somewhere to lay our head and we had food and all that. So I get really hot when they would try to do that because it wasn't just one adult, it wasn't just two. Like I remember even getting crazy with the freaking crackhead because me and my mom were fighting and he's all, oh, don't talk to your mom like that. Like, shut the f up, Bert. You don't know what the heck's going on. Like, shut up. And I would literally have to defend myself to grown ass adults while they just didn't understand like why I was the way I was and why I was upset. Like my mom's literally giving you guys my clothes out of my bedroom and then you have the nerve to get in my face and tell me, respect your mother. She's giving away my clothes that I literally wear and you're a crackhead so you think that's okay. Like, oh, I got stories for days, you guys. Days where I would have grown ass people in my face, grown ass people calling me, trying to get crazy with me because my mom would be venting to them and my mom would like step in and stuff, but it was like, it was too late. It was too late. Like they already said what they said, or she'd be like, don't be talking to my kid that way. But it's like, you allowed them. Like they shouldn't have gotten past, it should have been cut off right there and then. It shouldn't went any further than that because I'll be damned if someone tell my kid anything at all. And I wouldn't be there like, no. So I'm yelling at Tommy because I'm like, I don't like that you do that. Don't do that. And so I'm like, you know, I'm like, Tommy, I can't believe you said that. I can't stand you. And she tells me to get back to the house now. And so I tell her like, all right, I'll be there in a little bit. She's like, I said now. And I'm like, and I said I'll be there in a little bit because I don't know how she expected that I was gonna get over there, and she was just upset. I get it. She literally didn't want me to, but I was so heated, especially about how she always used that card on me. You make your mom. Shut the up. Because I didn't make her do nothing. I did not make a grown-ass woman choose los drogas over her family. That was not my fault. Whatever my stepdad did to me was not my fault. For the longest, I blamed myself, and I really thought it was my fault, but it was not my fault. I was a child. A child, okay? I was 5. I was a child. I didn't do it. So I get off the phone with her, and I am freaking livid. Like, I am freaking livid. Skillet's like asking me, like, what'd you guys talk about? Like, what's wrong? And I'm like, dude, oh, this bitch. So I'm like telling her and stuff, and she's like, she didn't say anything else. Like, it seemed like Skillet was fishing for something. Like, you know, you catch that vibe when someone's like, and then what else? And then what else? Like, they're like trying to get notes, right? And I should have fully peeped it. But I was so pissed off at how Tommy was talking to me, and whoever this person was just listening. So I was really hyped, you guys. Like, I was just like up there, and I was like, nah, like, you, like, and so I was getting angry, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm going. Like, I didn't even care if she was gonna go with me. I'm usually freaking scared, and I'm like, I need someone to walk with me. I need someone to hold my balls. But I was like, I'm out. And she was like, I'm like, you can come if you want to. I don't care if you do. I don't care if you don't. Like, I just need to get there. Like, I'm freaking mad. Like, I don't know why I felt like I had to go back. I could have just stayed out. Like, what would she have really done? But I just wanted to go back. I wanted to go back, and I wanted to fight some more with her. Like, I honestly did. I wanted to fight with her. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, I'll go. She's like, she didn't say anything else. And I'm like, no, Skillet, she didn't say anything else. Damn, like, what do you want to know that she said? Like, you make me feel like you want me to make up because you keep asking me over and over and over. And I hate when people do that. I hate when people do that. I hate when people literally freaking keep going. Because one, there is more to tell, but you don't want to say it. Or because, I don't know, they really want more out of it, and it's so weird. Like, they keep asking and asking. Like, I really hate that. Like, I feel like I'm traumatized from the ex constantly doing that to me, where I felt like, oh my God, like, did I tell him every single little detail? Did I forget because I'm gonna get in trouble? Oh my God, oh my God. And there was some things like I could not tell him because, like, personal reasons, bitch. But still, like, I hate that I still have people in my life till this day that it will literally feel like they want me to, like, make up more, or like I literally forgot, and I'm like literally sitting there and I'm like, this, like, it's such a, like, a mind game. And I freaking hate when I still am in situations like that till this day, because it literally just takes me back to being in that freaking nasty spot. And I'm trying to get these people out of my life, okay? The day I do, you guys will see like a whole, like, those crazy legs. But I really hate that. I hate that. Like, if you're that type of person and you don't mean to do it, stop doing it, because it literally is so annoying. And sometimes we don't do it on purpose, and sometimes, like, there's just nothing to tell you anymore, and that is that. Like, it's so annoying. Like, I remember being grilled for like hours, and I'm telling you, like, literally hours. I could have went out and had lunch with my mom. And we talked about A, B, and C. That's it. A, B, and C. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. A, B, and C. I had to go back. What'd you guys talk about? Oh, we ordered this, we ordered that, and we talked about A, B, and C. Are you sure you didn't talk about anything else? Like, what? I feel like you're not telling me. I feel like you just don't want to share. A, B, and C. Nah, I just feel like you're just, like, I feel like there's more. A, B, and C. Time would pass by and we'd still be on the conversation of, what did y'all talk about? Like, nothing at all. Like, that's crazy. You shouldn't say anything. A, B, and C. And sometimes I'd be like, oh my God, like, I feel like he really wants me to make up something. And I would be so tired, where I'd be like, okay, oh yeah, and I forgot, like, this. And I would, like, pull another conversation from, like, another time. You see, I knew it. You're such a liar. Like, I knew it. You didn't want to tell me. Like, you see, you're such a... After grilling me for, like, the whole day, So I'm like, oh my God, why did you cave in? Why did you cave in? Oh my God, why did you cave in? Why did you cave in? You should have said A, B, and C, and that's it. A, B, and C. It is exhausting. So when she did that, I was like, that's it. I'm like, does she say anything else? Like, are you trying to hide something? Or what the fuck? Like, you're bugging me now. Like, honestly, like, you're bugging me. Is there something you need to tell me? Why would you think there's something I need to tell you? I don't know. Your face when I was on the phone, you like looked all weird. Like, if something, I don't know. Like, are you good? Like, do you want to stay? I don't need you to go. Like, if you want to stay, it's fine. It's good. And she's like, no, like, I'll go. Like, damn, like, you make me feel weird. And I'm like, bitch, you make me feel weird. You make me feel weird. Like, I have a secret that I don't even know. We make our way back to Tommy's and the door is locked. And I kind of like chuckle to myself because I'm like, she's still scared that like, Tiffany gonna come up in here, you know? I knock on the door and I look over at Skillet and she just looks so uncomfortable. Like, so uncomfortable. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, you good? Because like, she just looks so uncomfortable. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I cannot think of like why she feels uncomfortable. And like in the back of my head, I'm like, is she messing with the ex or something? So I started thinking crazy thoughts where I'm like, is she like secretly messing with him? Like, like what's going on? Like, why is she acting this way? So I start to question myself, like, did I do something to make her feel uncomfortable? Because she literally is like that. So the door finally opens and it's Tiffany. I'm like, Tiffany. She opens the door and she has a big old smile on her face. Big old smile. And I'm like, hey, excuse me. She's like, you're excused. You're excused. And I'm like, okay. My corny ass friends would say that. Okay, you ain't creating anything new, you dumbass. So I'm like, okay. And I walk in. She's like, okay. And I'm like, So we like literally make that face to each other. I don't know what I'm thinking. She could have just went pop right on my forehead. Okay. But I'm like, like, cause I'm mad and I'm getting kind of annoyed that Skillet is like making me uneasy. Like, I can feel her vibrations of like something's up. She did something. She put her hand in something and she shouldn't have. And I feel like it's about to get crazy because she did something. I make my way to the kitchen and there's a few people, okay? There's Tiffany, Hennessy is there. We have another couple like other people and I'm like, oh, I see some beer and I'm like, damn, like already? I'm like judging but trying not to judge because it is none of my business because this is grown folk business, none of mine. I make my way and I see Tommy, so I'm like, oh, okay. I can hear Tiffany talking to Skillet, like asking her some stupid questions, like why are you always like why are you always with her? Like, what's up with you? What's up with you two? Like, you can't just kick it by yourself? Like, trying to, oh. So I just tried to ignore it and I'm like, okay, I gotta make my way to Tommy so she can at least see me. Like, maybe she won't even be on me as much because she has her friends or whatever. I'm like, oh, this is why she wanted me home so I could babysit. So like all these emotions are flooding in. And when I see Tommy, she goes, where's the phone? And right when she said that, I wanted to turn my back so bad. So bad. I wanted to turn my back. Because I was going to look at Skillet and be like, you dirty little bitch. So I wanted to turn back and look at Skillet, but I was like, I know if I look at Skillet, it's gonna be a dead giveaway. And I don't want them to put their hands on her because I don't want them to be like, I thought she was older than what she was. Because when me and Skillet would get in scuffles with like grown ass people, they would always cop out and say that, oh, I thought she was 18. Like, that's what, my bad. Like, all scared. You knew. So I'm like, what? Like, I look at her like she's stupid. And she says, don't look at me like I'm stupid. Where's my, I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And my knees are going weak. All someone had to do is just go, doof, and I would have buckled and boom, I would have fell forward. So I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, Tommy. And she's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Tommy. And so I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, really? So I leave my phone charging, I go over there, and then you guys said dip, and then all of a sudden it's missing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what you did with it. I'm like, I didn't even see you plug it in. But I did. But I wasn't going to throw Skillet under the bus like that because it wasn't fair. It was not fair. Even though Skillet has done what she's done and like, you know, all that, I didn't know what they were gonna do. I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then Hennessy wants to chime in and he goes, how you know it wasn't your girl Tiffany? Dead silence, just dead silence, where I'm like, oh my God. Tiffany hears, walks her way over and she's like, what y'all talking about? Hennessy is like, yeah, how do we know you didn't take it? Why are you trying to blame them? And Tiffany goes, are you kidding me? I came here after. Tommy says it was gone before I even got here. And then he was like, well, how do we know? How do we know? How do we know? Like, he was trying to be on our side, but I started being like, yeah, how do you know? Like, how do you know? Like, it's for sure us. Like, how do you know? I'm like, you can check me right now. You can check me right now. Check me. So me thinking I'm cool, check me. Check me right now. Tiffany's dumbass wants to say, but be careful though, because from what I read, she'll like it. I felt so violated because when I tell y'all, I am very detailed. The nasty things that Tiffany will say later on disgust me. And I was already peeping that she was a little cochina. But I always feel like, nah, I'm overthinking it. Nah, I'm overthinking it because I'm constantly not giving my gut the credit that it deserves, okay? So she said that and the whole room is quiet. And Hennessy starts to giggle. So I get pissed and I tell him, like, what the f is funny? Because he shouldn't know anything, right? I'm thinking, like, this is just something that Tiffany knows, Tommy knows, Skillet and I, and Tiffany's kids. But when he started laughing, I already knew the answer, but I just wanted to say it out loud. So why the f are you laughing? Because I'm mad. Why are you laughing? And when I ask him that, he laughs. He's like, nah, like, it's cool, it's cool. And I was like, what's cool? What's cool? So he continues to laugh in my face. Tommy doesn't say anything. I ask him yet again, what the f is so funny, Hennessy? What's so funny? And he's like, nah, shorty, better change that face because I don't know why you're acting like you're grown. And I said, I don't know why you're laughing at me. What's so funny? Like, why can't you share? Like, I want to laugh too. Like, what's so funny? I should have piped down because I was young and he could have just snatched me just like that. But little Lex had a little temper sometimes, and I feel like sometimes as kids you really think that like someone won't pop you. And it wasn't until I got a little bit older that when I did get popped, I was like, oh because not every person is gonna be okay with how you talk to them. And just because we are raised that a man should not hit does not mean they won't hit. And I'm huge on don't put your hands on anybody, nadie. And do not put your hand on somebody and expect not to get hit back. There's consequences for your actions. Keep your hands to yourself, period. And there are few who are like, oh, you know, I don't believe in hitting. And there's others who are like, you're gonna get it. He continues to laugh. I'm not laughing. I don't think it's funny. I'm super duper annoyed. Tommy again, silence. Nothing comes out of Tommy. She don't ever really say much. Like I'm telling you, she has like selective times that she wants to say things. I don't know if homegirl got anxiety or something. I don't know what it is, but I'm literally in his face now at this point because I am pissed. I am embarrassed. And I'm like, what the heck? Why are you guys just talking about my dream? Like, what the heck? And he wants to make a disgusting ass remark saying like pretty much she got off to hearing what I was talking about. Do you know how I told you there was another couple that was there? The lady was like, ew, that's gross. She's young as hell. And I'm like, you what? And I look over at Tommy and she's literally acting like she's doing something and she's not. She's acting like she's doing something and she's not. And Tiffany wants to laugh like if it's the funniest thing. Have you ever been around people where like even though they hear something so disgusting, they don't know how to act or they just go along with it because they're just like, like, I don't know. I'm literally like looking around just besides like the girl who said, ew, that's disgusting. And I'm like I'm in shock. I'm like, and then he wants to be like, well, why are you acting like I'm touching up on you or something? Like, I'm just saying, like, I got off. Like, I didn't even touch you. And I'm just like, ew. Like, the more you talk, it sounds gross. And I'm telling him that, and, like, my eyes are swelling, and they're having tears. And he's like, damn, what the f***? Get out of my face. Like, you make me feel weird, bro. Like, you doing too much. And so now Skillet just grabbed me, and I walk over, and I'm like, you, Tommy. So I'm mad at Tommy, and then Tommy comes into the room. She's like, I didn't do nothing to you. You're the one who stole from me. I don't know what's wrong with him. I'm gonna get him to leave. So she's trying to like clear it up, and I'm like, that's gross. That's gross. And she's not seeing where I'm coming from. She just wants to argue with me and make me feel like I'm in the wrong. And she goes, I can't control what other people say. I can't do that. So you can't put that on me. And so yeah, you know, you're right. I can't hold her responsible for someone else's actions. But I do hold you responsible for your company. At least say something, but like, hey, get out. Like, what the heck? I feel like when you stay silent, when someone is disrespecting someone you love, then that speaks volumes. And that's me speaking to the people who are in my life now who have done that. When you stay silent, when someone is disrespecting me and disrespecting my family, that speaks volumes to me. So don't ask me, oh, why don't you talk to me? Why this? When you are in a room and people are dragging my name, that speaks volumes to me. To me. You can be cool with people I don't like. You can be cool with people I don't hang out with. You can be cool with people who we just don't. They should not be comfortable enough to be disrespectful about me. I should not be brought up in the conversation at all. And if I am, it's because they know that you allow it. So that's okay. That's okay. And it lets me know that like, you move funny and I don't want you around me. I don't want that. Okay? So I tell Tommy, but it's your house. And that's disgusting. Like, that's gross. And she wasn't getting it. She couldn't comprehend what I was telling her. This is disgusting. Like, why? Like, what is he saying? Like, I got him off. Like, it's gross. I don't want to be in the same room with him anymore. That's disgusting. I'm going to have to cut today's story time short. So if you guys notice that it's shorter, it's because my crew wants me. So I'm trying to explain it to her. I feel like she's like really making me feel like I'm crazy. Like, I can't control people, Alexis. I can't control the world. I'm like, I know you cannot control the world, but you can control the household. You can control this. So we're yelling, we're going back and forth, and then Tiffany wants to make her way and chime in and tell me, you need to learn when to shut the fuck up. Like, you always talk and there's no need to be talking. She's talking to you. She's not having a conversation with you. She's talking to you. I know your type. And I know that you think that you can just do whatever you want and run the streets and say whatever you want, but this is her house. And you're gonna respect that. I just shut up real quick because I'm like, I'm not gonna keep arguing with these adults. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it's true what Tommy is saying. Now this is little Lex, okay? Grown ass Lex, no. She was wrong. Point, period, blank, she was wrong. But I should have been able to, because it is Tommy's house. Whether I like her rules or not, I wasn't grown to be able to like leave. I didn't have options to just leave. So there's sometimes I had to and just, but it was not right. But little Lex was thinking, okay, all these adults are telling me this, maybe it is right. But no, these are just stupid ass adults that I was surrounded with, all right? And then Tommy goes, this is what you wanted, you feel better now? And walks away. So I closed the door because I'm like, I feel stupid. I just got yelled at. Everyone can hear me. Stupid ass Hennessy's like, ooh, going like that. So I'm like, I feel dumb. I feel stupid. My face is red. If you guys know like how my face was earlier when we first began, rojo, tomatoes. Okay, so I'm like, I feel flustered. Like I feel so dumb right now. Like I feel really stupid. So I close the door and I turn around and Skillet is just, and I'm like, was she wrong? Or am I wrong? And she goes, you were wrong, Lex. Like, she can't control him. They're right on that part. She cannot control what comes out of his mouth. But she could have told him, hey, kick rocks. Who says that? Who says that? Who says that? Oh yeah, I got off. Who says that? Who raised you, bitch? ¿Quién? So I'm like, yeah. So I feel stupid. So I'm like, okay, like maybe they're right. Like I'm tripping. I'm doing too much. I was always told I was doing too much in situations where I wasn't. But they were just so used to just telling a child, hey, and that child went, okay. I feel like I was one to push back a lot. Like, nope, that's not okay. No. And so when they weren't, I wasn't just, it was so quick with the insults of like, you're too much to handle. You always got something to say. You never know when to shut up. This is why your mom's this way. So it was really easy to like throw those at me, even though they weren't valid. Okay, so I'm sitting on the bed with Skillet, and so I'm kind of like just like pissed off, like, okay, I feel stupid, like I'm wrong. Then I'm like, I look over at her and I'm like, why'd you take Tommy's phone? I don't even ask her, did you? I said, why'd you take Tommy's phone? And she goes, I'm like, what you mean you don't know? Where's it at? And she goes, oh, I thought I showed my thing. She goes, and I'm like, why? So like, we're like whispering and I'm like, why? And we're in Tommy's room, right? And so I'm like, why? And she's like, because I didn't want her bugging. She was gonna call you. And I'm like, shut up. Is that really the reason? Or like, we trying to sell it? And she's like, no, like for real, that's really the reason. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because I was not bothered by Tommy. So I was like, give me it. So she gives me it. I turn it off and I stuff it under the bed. Okay, I stuffed that. I pick up the bed and I stuff it under there. But I made sure it was turned off. So I'm like, I just look stupid. I just look stupid. I was like, because you're over here doing this in her house and I feel stupid. Like, Hennessy over there saying that dumb stuff. So we're just like, and then we hear someone just like kick the door. Not with like slapping, punching the door, kick the door. Like, you know, a kick when someone kicks the door, right? So I'm like, and it's Tiffany. She's like, shut the F up. And so I'm like telling Skillet, I'm like, yo, like, what the heck is up with her? Like, why is she, like, trying to really, it felt like she was really trying to punk on me and, like, put me in my place. Like, you know, like, an older sibling or, like, an older cousin. She was giving me, like, the cola vibes, right? And so I'm like, I just, like, was thinking in my head, like, how can we jump this bitch? Like, how, because, like, she looked like she ate rocks, right? So I'm like, how can I, like, WWE this bitch because it's too much. So when she kicked the door, we shut up. We were like, I just stayed quiet. And I'm like, wish she never came home. So it's like, I know. Like, I don't know why you wanted to come home because I thought I was gonna get in trouble. Like, now I just have like all these mixed emotions. Like, I feel weird. Tiffany comes back into the room. She goes, where's Tommy's phone? And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, no, I don't. And then she's like, look at me when I'm talking to you. I'm like, I am. She's like, where's her phone? I'm like, I don't know. So I'm like, we don't have it. And she's like pretty much telling me that she knows my kind and that she can sniff me out. And it's so annoying because I remember my uncle telling me that too. Like, I know her kind. What? One that's gonna fight back? One that can see your aura? One that can read you, bitch? One that doesn't just fall for your stuff? Like, I feel like when people say that to you, like, I know your kind, it's because they know that like you can see them from what they are. They know that you can read them like a book. They know that like you can't bullshit them. So I think that's why they say it, and that's why they're intimidated. Because when my uncle got in my face and when he said that, the whole time I kept like use it, like you're a bitch. You're a bitch. You're a straight bitch. So I honestly think that's what it is. I honestly think that's what it is because it's not like if I was a little mocosa that was like doing grimy, dirty, cochina stuff like at all, you guys. Like, te lo juro, like I wasn't. It was just so easy for them to be like, I know you're kind, because like I saw them. I think that they knew, like I saw them. Like I could see the demon that they had. Like I saw them. So I just stayed quiet. And she's like, a ver. And I'm like, I know what she was implying. Like, check me, because how I said it, like, check me, check me, check me. And so I get up, I go like that with my pockets, and then I'm holding my phone. She's like, give me it, give me it. I was like, no. She's like, give me it. And I'm like, no, like, this is my phone. Like, you're tripping. You're tripping. Skillet now gets up and does the whole thing and, like, you know, whatever. And she has her phone, too. And then she's like, give me y'all's phone until we find Tommy's. And I'm like, no, like, you're really tripping. You're really tripping. And so me and Skillet both kind of, like, because you got me messed up. Like, you really be, like, thinking that I'm going to give you my stuff. Like, no. So she's, like, holding, like, her beer. And she's like, I said, give it. And I'm like, and I said, no. Like, I honestly don't know what was wrong with this Tiffany girl. I ran into quite a few girls like this where, like, they really think, like, intimidation, or, like, they think, like, oh, this person's weak. Like, I'm going to say. And so I was like, no. So she just ends up walking away. Tommy comes into the room and she's like, I don't care how my phone pops up. I need my phone. And I'm like, well, Tommy, we don't have it. So I kept being persistent. I know it was fake as f. I know. But I knew that, like, if we were like, it's right here. I knew I was going to have the end of it. I knew that there was going to be drama. And I did not want to put Skillet like at risk. I know that sounds so stupid, but like, y'all, I really feel like if I had a do-over, I'd do it again. I would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat and cover for her, because I did not want her to get in trouble. Like, I really did not. Like, I was like, I don't want to do it. She tells us that we have to find it. So we literally just stand there. We watch some cartoons. We just kind of like BS and stuff. And I'm like, you can go, Skillet. Like, you don't have to stay here. Like, I'm good. Like, you can go. She's like, nah, like, what the heck? Like, I'm not. It seems like they're going to party. It seems like things are going to get crazy. Like, I'm not going to leave you. And I'm like, all right, thanks. Because I knew like I wouldn't be able just to walk out and be like, I'm out of here, peace. Because I knew that like Tiffany was gonna either grab me, or I did not know, you guys, my anxiety was so high. And I get even anxiety talking about it, because I'm like, it seemed so normal then, but as I'm reading it, I feel so scared for myself, even though I already know the outcome. And it's so scary, you guys, because I thought a lot of stuff like this was normal, semi-normal. Like at the time, I'm like, who's this person? But I thought it was normal, and it wasn't. It was not. So I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. I'm sorry. I know you guys get mad with the cliffhangers, but you guys, it's like, how do you end the chapter? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have to end it here, you guys. We have a long day ahead of us, and I had to take the babies to their activities. So I want to say thank you guys so much for all your love and support. Te quiero mucho, you guys. Besos a todos. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support. It seriously never goes unnoticed. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for liking the video, and if you haven't yet, please like the video if you did enjoy. And thank you guys so much for watching my ads. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Seriously, thank you. If you guys want to share this video, I would greatly appreciate it as well. Share it with a friend or a family member who feel like they're the only ones who have gone through crazy stuff like this. I would really appreciate it. Again, I love you guys. Besos a todos. And I hope you guys like today's makeup look and story time. I really like the glitter on the brown right here. Super beautiful. I feel like this is such a pretty palette. It's not too overwhelming or anything like that. And I feel like it seriously just... I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.